What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome back to the Fair Shake Podcast. I'm your host, Felipe Savage, and with me, as always, an incredible lineup of my co-hosts, starting with the one, the only, the captain.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Killer Ghost. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. It's gonna be a COD themed episode, so just warning you in advance. And on to the next host.
Good morning, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Whatever time you guys are listening to this today. Finna get Mangu no huevos. Fats is still on vacation. Like I said, he should be on soon. This month's special guest is a previous cast member, the Savage. It's good to have him back. Now on to the show.
Hey,
So
good to be back.
so we just got a lot of news for season 2. I just wanted to know you guys' thoughts, opinions, what you guys are hoping for, stuff like that.
You can take it away, Mr. Sav.
All right. I'm feeling a lot of good things about this season coming up, but I am a bit worried about, let's be honest, with the seasons that they had so far, which is about 7, 8, right? It's always been really hype week 1, week 2, but it goes down so fast. That initial excitement for the season, I think that they don't. COD tends to not fill their season up with enough content to last. I think the occasional, mid-season reloaded are fun, but from what I've seen in the videos, it looks to be good. It looks to be exciting. New POIs. I hope that these POIs really stand out. Because you want to try to take away from Superstore. That initial Superstore drop is just taking like 75% of the people off the map instantly. Pull some people away from that mid map. So it's a little bit more safer for teams to travel throughout. But that's my initial feels on what we saw so far.
Um, so I have read some of the patch notes. I'm actually going through them on and off while we're talking. So you have mentioned POIs, right? I would like, I think Verdansk needs to get retired. Um, I think that
Definitely.
it's where there's engagements where they work, right? Where the flow of the game really like you could have engagements, different elevations that work. But I was just talking to Chris a little while ago. Promenade East and downtown is too toxic, and a lot of games that you have there starting, it just doesn't. In my opinion, you understand if you don't have that high ground, right, or you just don't have the elevation to really like pick people off or to avoid getting killed. You understand? You're the guy trying to get up there. It's almost impossible. You understand? And now, um, I've didn't I never wanted to use restock, but seeing the way Chris utilizes it and seeing how much now I see restock in solos, that is just the constant put it here, let's wait. You understand? And being me that I'm the aggressor, it's kind of a pain. So I would love those 18 nukes that they have hiding under the map to just come up, blow everything up, and rehash it in whatever sense of fashion. Fortnite does it consistently. Apex Legends recently started doing it, what, like 2, 3 seasons ago. You understand? I hate to say it, PUBG literally lets you keep an old original and then drop like 4 or 5 maps. Activision has the money. They have the developers that can do it. You understand? Just give us a new map, retire this one. If you want to bring it on later down the line with different POIs, a different backdrop in whatever sense, okay, but nuke the map.
Yeah, that's what they're like teasing. They're saying like this is the beginning of the end or something like that. So everybody's speculating that it's the beginning of the end of this map. Like by the time the season ends, that's gonna be when some people say that the map is gonna get nuked and the boat is there to take us to the new map. Some people think that the boat is what has the nukes and stuff. I don't know,
But you
but
remember in when we was getting the Cold War transition, that
yeah,
little thing where like the helicopters, that not the helicopters, the planes were coming, destroying
yeah,
it.
yeah. They
I
were
thought that
teasing.
was I thought that was it. I was
That
like,
would have
yes,
been a good. That should have been it. I feel when me I think that's when me and Leap were they were doing the Cold War hype video, like the
Yeah.
first trailer. They should have did it then. I think that would have been the best way,
Hmm.
but they kind of effed up on that. So, um, what do you guys think about this new Outbreak Zombies mode that's coming out? What do you think is gonna be?
You could take it away.
I've been enjoying this last one. The first one was fun. It kept me interested for a little while. I think it's something that zombies now more than ever is like you can play solo. You can dive in solo, have an enjoyable time. Have something on the other side. Firebase, I've been having an amazing time with it. Now Outbreak is something that is coming very quick compared to like from like the first zombies map to Firebase. It was kind of like 2 month stretch, 3 month stretch in between. This one coming a little bit faster. It worries me that how long it has been in development, and if it is going to be something that can also help with your skin grinds for zombies. I think a lot of people are now gravitating towards that, grinding those skins, because some of these skins, and we could probably talk about that later, for MP are a little bit ridiculous to get. So Dark Aether is a lot more easier to get, a lot more solo player friendly as well. But I think Outbreak is gonna look really good.
So can you use Dark Ether right now from the zombies mode in Warzone?
No.
Nah, not at the moment.
That's
No.
for me, this is why another reason why I haven't been grinding out the skins. I don't the skins themselves are not appealing. The camo, I would much prefer that, which I was telling me last night with the reactive
Yeah,
camos.
those are the ones that
You
are
know,
Black Ops, like the good looking ones in Black Ops, the reactive. But the Outbreak mode is supposedly in Warzone. Leap is not a new map. It's like remember
Oh, I
when
thought
they
it
had
was
that little
the
a
Halloween
zombies
event.
thing?
So all right,
Yeah, it's
so
something
the
like that.
Halloween
Oh
event was fun. You understand? But if it's
no,
like if
bro.
it's some sort of like PvEP, like PvPVE, you understand, where it's like is constant camping. You understand? That circle needs to move. I
Nah.
cannot personally. I don't want to play a game where I got you running from a rope of zombies behind you, and there's a guy in a house aiming out the window, shooting at you. Ta, 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 ta. You understand? Like it
I,
takes away from it for me.
that's great to know that you just told me that, because I'm definitely not playing that mode. Like I swear, the nightmare mode or the dark mode, with the zombies, I've never experienced a more, I don't know, toxic
And it was real
battle royale.
buggy and laggy
Oh
from what I
man,
remember too.
it
Like
was
they
just
didn't have enough time on it.
it was
This one, I
just
don't know.
something forced.
It looks different. I don't know. I hope
Like
it's good.
and then that's what kind of gets you thinking, like this outbreak mode, whatever it is supposed to be, like the joining of zombies and Warzone, fine, whatever. Like if you think about it, how many people invested their time into making that outbreak mode could have been doing something way more better. And we all know the elephant in the Warzone room, which is anti-cheat. Like, why are you making outbreak if I'm gonna get hacked through a wall while running away from zombies? Come on,
You're
come
right.
on.
That's true.
You can't be doing that.
That's why they came into tournaments, really, because how you gonna do tournaments? You don't know who's. Look at my boy Tommy catching everybody.
Yo,
How
And
you gonna do tournaments if
is
you
a
can't do anything
testament to
for
that,
major
to
money?
his, to his sentiment of that. I will testify. It's just it's so aggravating when you we was playing a game a couple of weeks ago, and Chris had a bounty on him, and no, he had a bounty. He was chasing, right. All of a sudden, the guy that had killed him the first time, that was his bounty. Chris was chasing. The guy just you could see him on the map going like this, then automatically turn and is chasing Chris from across the map, and we're like, wait a second, how what sense does this make? So not only do you have a bounty on you that you're supposed to be running from actively and killing at the same time, you're literally going towards the person, but knowing exactly, bro, even down to like he moved through all the parts in Boneyard and just got pop, 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 pop. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's no fun. The anti
Yeah,
has to come in already. Whatever they have to do, if it has to start on the PC side, because I'm a PC player, and now the majority, let's be honest, the majority of people that are playing Call of Duty, right, have realized what a difference it makes, versus
Hmm.
FPS and all that stuff.
100%.
That there's been a huge influx, like a huge amount of people coming into the game buying a PC. You understand that? Okay, if they're getting 300 FPS, which you really can't see at max, you can only see about 140 something. Truthfully,
Hmm.
through the human eye, people have been getting on PC, and the thing is, through PC, you find somebody that sells the hack, and you pay a subscription, $2, $3, whatever it is. You understand?
Yeah, because it's really cheap, apparently.
Whatever it is, and it just takes away from the game. It breaks it, and that shouldn't have been a priority. I could understand the appeal for the zombies and for the people that don't want to pay the money for Cold War, because there is a group that plays the zombie mode. You understand?
Yeah.
Maybe this is their fill to get it in, and for them to persuade them to purchase the game. But
Yeah,
personally, I'm with you on this one. They had to have done something with the anti cheat.
Yeah, like you just think about it, like, okay, even if this mode is fun, right? You now putting it, like, I already had to worry about regular people on the map, and now hackers. So now I got to worry about regular people on the map, hackers, campers. Oh wait, and there's a zombie horde chasing me.
A
So
line.
hold your horse. Hold your horse, Acty.
so what if, all right, what if it's you thinking it's PvE PvP, right? Like everybody
I would
killing
assume,
each
yeah.
other and the zombies. What if it's just the zombies start out real slow, then they come more and more after every circle, and it's like you can't kill each other, you're just trying to survive. Like the last team to survive. What if it's like that? I
Like
doubt
if
it,
So
but
what if it was something like, I like what you're thinking, but what if the zombies, like you said, are coming in, right? And this ship that's coming drops off the zombies, right? Because
okay.
everybody got attacked. But now all the zombies have cleared that out of the ship, and now you have to make it to the ship. You understand? While the zombies are coming in, the ship
That'll be
takes you
cool
off
too.
to another place, right, where these zombies came from.
That'll be cool
I'm
too.
just saying, like, I don't
so.
know Activision.
So just a thought, because now we dabbling in conspiracies, and I got conspiracy leap in me right now. So now instead of the winning team leaving in the chopper, you're saying it leaves in the boat, so
Yeah,
to
that's what
speak.
Pro said.
That is crazy. Now I'm mind blown. I'm mind blown.
Because now you
Reason
could
why?
fight for the boat, or
Exactly.
more
Now it
people
gives
could join the boat.
it makes you almost think like the the abilities that the Activision have with Warzone, what they can do, right? I say it a lot of times off air, of course. Blackout was an incredible map, incredible map design. I think that the killing stone for Blackout was the fact that you had to pay for it. On top of the armor, of course, nobody likes jingle bells being played when you try to kill somebody. But they had similar actions happen on that map to what this map is now doing. The hijack boat came to the Blackout Island, and now you have this boat coming to this island. I just hope that Warzone understands how big they are. I tend to hear everybody say, Warzone's so big, Warzone's so big, but does Activision know how big Warzone is? Yeah, they know the money side. Yeah, we're getting all this money, but how big this world that they've created can be. You know how they're dropping all these operators from all these series. Like, you can build off of this island. You know
Yeah,
how
and
talking
I know
about the
that
dam
the
breaking.
like our stepdad, he usually plays when he plays the Warzone, he's actually actively doing those like mini quests, which I never chased them, but he's told me that they each have a story that lead up to something bigger. right? This is something that just came to mind. Now, the ship, if you look at it geographically, where it's coming from, is definitely heading to a port, right? But let's say you remember way back, like season 3 maybe or season 2, when everybody was like, "Oh, there's something happening in the dam. Is it sounds like it's breaking." Let's say the dam blows up, right? That water comes funneling through and reaches all the way to sea level. And now the ship is coming through, destroying all those like little points of interest, which is not really like maybe like 2 or 3 little mini bridges. It
Oh,
clears that
down
up.
the river
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it
That would be
clears
good.
all that up. You understand? And then from there, now we have, because remember, Black Ops, when you play Black Ops, you could actually swim in the water. You understand? I can't hear you, baby.
Blackout. Blackout.
Blackout.
Yeah.
You could actually swim in the water. You understand?
Yep.
So maybe that also changes it. They add jet skis. Don't flood the island. I think is a little much, but something has to be done where again it just changes the just the gameplay side of Warzone. And again, this is just regarded as an event. You understand? This zombies event might push the story forward for whatever they're trying to accomplish. You have mentioned to build on all these cool operators they dropping in. The Black Ops operators, the new ones to me look kind of cool. You understand? There's one guy that I seen that he had
I was just gonna get into
like
that.
a whole like not like a Hulk thing, but he has like a shroud, you know,
Yeah,
and
his
he looks
name
pretty
is
cool.
Naga. He looks like he has like
No, Naga's the one that has the bullets as bandana. That I thought was fire, bro. That
oh
to
yeah,
me,
I'm looking at them now. There's 4 new operators. There's Naga, Maxis, Rivas, and Wolf. So I don't know
I
if you
think
guys saw the trailer. Naga's the one that shoots the guy on the floor with the like what you talking about, the bandana and
mhm.
the face mask with the teeth. Then there's the girl that like needs help. She calls in the chopper.
Oh
That
yeah.
girl.
Rivas. Yeah, I remember her.
Then there's the
Wavy.
dude with the big the death machine
Which is
gun.
Wolf,
Oh,
and
the
I
The
kill
think he
streaks.
has
black guy, yeah.
has the leaves on his back.
And then there's another light skinned girl. Her name is Maxis. So there's 4 new operators.
Mhm.
I like the Naga guy. I love my bad guys, and I like the guys who wear like cool stuff on
Mhm.
their face. So, and the wolf guy is cool too. But I know Leap is a fan of the girl operators. So,
Love them. Small hit boxes. Gotta love them. Gotta love them. They
I
say
mean,
they say
so they say.
everybody says that every operator's hitbox are the same, but visually you look at those girl operators, you start thinking, okay, I got to compensate for that small head, that small body compared to like somebody like a bulldozer. The
yeah,
bulldozer fit, he's a lot more bulky, he's a lot more out there.
You can see
I
that guy
think
behind trees.
yeah, like that's why the girl operators I fall in love. I fall in love. 100%.
quick question: does Rose need a nerf? Rose
Absolutely.
skin.
Put that girl in gray, bro.
That's a big thing. I'm
Put
Oh
her
telling you
in
right
man.
gray.
now.
It is. Let's be honest. Is a slight competitive edge.
Nah,
Slight.
not. I don't even
Slight.
think it's slight. I think it's a
Slight.
big
It's
Hold
competitive
huge.
up.
It's
edge.
huge.
Slight depending on location because if you out in the open, you could kind of see her.
Nah,
Kinda. You
indoors,
understand?
bro.
But
Oh my
indoors,
god,
forget it. Absolutely, just forget it.
she's invisible, bro.
Yeah. So
It's a
when she first came out, I was a huge person on this skin is terrible. It's ugly. It's disgusting. I don't think it needs to be in the game. Chris, you could contest to when I used to say this a
I
lot.
remember, yeah.
I hated her, but after a while, as the season started progressing, I started, that guy's in the corner. I could not see him. What skin did he have on? It happened to be that rose skin. So you know what I said? If you can't beat him, join him. Like you have to play that skin at this current climate where as Pro said, you look in a corner and she's invisible. And especially, I'm sorry, council players. I know you guys can't see her. She is completely invisible to
Yeah,
you guys.
there's no way.
At least I could lower in my shadows in game. But council players, if you guys are beating rose skins, you're basically a pro at this point. You're a pro Warzone player, 100%. But honestly, she needs, and the way to fix her is simply give her some lights. Keep her black. Give her some lights on her armor. You know, some like maybe some blue tinted lights. You know, make her look a little bit cool at the same time. You know, she's a part of the shadow ops, and okay, she fits that shadow ops, you know, ability because in the shadows you can't see her. But at the end of the day, you know, it has to be more fair for people that are coming later on down the line that you can't get these skins. I want you to understand, viewers, like this is a skin you can no longer get anymore. It's not something that's going to be in your shop. It's not anything going to be like, you know, a bundle. It's never going to be a bundle. It already happened. The season happened, and it was the season 100 tier battle pass skin. So yes, 100%, as Chris stated, she needs a nerf. 100%.
Um, as you mentioned, the death machine is the new kill streak. What do you, well, score streak? How you feel about that in Call of Duty? Well, Cold War, not you know.
So I have a problem with kill streaks you could use in your hand. So like War Machine, which AKA we call it the War Hammer because you know we had a guy call it that once in our game. It was hilarious. Um, I have a problem with kill streaks like that because you can basically, if you die before you shoot it, you can
You can
get it
still use
back.
it. Yep.
And also if it's interchangeable, so you can put it away and then take it back out. I don't like that aspect in Call of Duty games. I think that it's something that once you have it on, it should stay equipped until you finish the ammo or whatever. Now seeing how this gun looks, I don't want to see somebody pull out a minigun and then throw it on their back like that's like happens in war. It doesn't happen. This is supposed to be. I feel like Call of Duty is
Well,
you
it
can.
happened. Technically, that happens in war. It just doesn't
No,
happen in arcade
no
simulators.
way, no way. I'm telling you, no way somebody at war is getting a Gatling gun, throwing it back on his back, and taking out another gun out of his backpack. Never happening. But again, I think that it's something, if balanced well, it could be good. But ultimately, I think that it's gonna have those same, you know, War Machine layouts where like you can put it away if you still have ammo. You know, if you die without using it, you can still get it back. But you know, to me, I think it's
Before I was
easier.
actively playing MP, like actively, but the disparity for me between Warzone, Modern Warfare MP to Cold War MP, I don't like it. And if the rumors are true, like you guys stated to me a couple of nights ago, that we're going back to World War II, you know, the worst is yet to come, as they say. Because if we have this continue where we go from war, modern warfare to Cold War, right, and then we going back in time to World War II. I mean, you're gonna be taking a musket, going,
So
oh, hold up, I
that
gotta reload.
that brings me to another question to you guys. So if the next COD, if you had to choose, if it's a World War II or a Infinite like Warfare, Advanced Warfare type, which one you rather have? Jetpacks or World War II?
I hate to say it, and I don't want to, but Infinite Warfare. Personally, I don't like that World War II feel. I don't know, man. This just ain't for me. What was there was a World War game that we had though within the last 5 years though, remember?
Yeah, World War II.
Yeah, that one, the
Um,
the worst Call of Duty in my
yeah,
opinion, but
yeah, which is in his opinion and mine.
I think
The
Ghost is, but
the game was terrible. Like I feel like this belief that Activision believes that we really like those eras is like it's past its time.
its prime
Okay,
is done.
you know, like I don't know how many times those games like it's Call of Duty. It's gonna sell. We can bicker about like it's the worst Call of Duty ever. It's sold so many freaking copies, you know. So if they say Cold War 2, you know, it's gonna sell. Of course, everybody just loves Call of Duty, and I think that's what you know they're on this track of. Well, we can put out anything and they'll buy it. Me, preferably, give me something. I'd rather jump to space than play boots on the ground Cold War again. Reason being is that I'm tired of the fact that people can really just say that is fun. Cold War, then going even further back and further back. Next thing you know, it's we're playing with bows and arrows and axes, just throwing sticks at each other, because they have this thing of wanting to always go back. And I'm be real, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of going to World War II. It's a terrible, terrible way to say, you know what, from modern warfare, Cold War, and then World War II. You had the world in your palm of your hands in modern warfare. Why'd you go to Cold War? I don't know. Fine, you went. We took the trip with you, but dude, I don't want to keep going down memory lane. Give me something fresh. Give me something new. If it doesn't have to be advanced warfare, it could be kind of futuristic. But still boots on the ground, and I'm down. You got
Because
me for another year.
the rumor is the next game is Sledgehammer. I think that's who's making it. But I heard another thing that it's like Activision is seeing who could finish their game first, Sledgehammer or Modern Warfare,
Let's
and
not
that's
do
what
that.
that I agree.
Let's not do that because Modern Warfare had a clean slate. Granted, the worst part of that Modern Warfare thing had to be the color palette. It's so bland, everything blends in together. That for them to rush their game, you understand everything that you work so hard to show that we're coming back to this era that everyone enjoyed. You understand? Obviously, the weapons work. They could always tweak stuff in the new one. That to rush it to see who could come out with the best game, so to speak, you only giving your competition longer time to because you think about it, they are competing amongst themselves. You understand? But you only giving them much more ample time to polish that game. So I would love that the developers of Modern Warfare to take their time with this game. And even more so, I mentioned it before. I think the time of every year CODs has to stop. You understand?
Yeah,
Let
we
this
all agree
let
on
this
that.
game marinate. Just continue
Dude, I think 2 year cycles is good.
between what they've been doing. Because let's be honest, one new map comes out and 100 rehashes of the last. Please, another goddamn Nuketown. I don't think I could do. You understand?
The
Personally, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Nuketown, Nuketown,
Nah,
Nuketown."
I agree.
I can't do it. But if you take your time developing a multiplayer that really works, you understand? So and take out fucking mounting. Take it out. I cannot stand
Oh,
mounting.
that's one big thing that I love about Cold War. There's no
take
mounting.
take out mounting for the modern
It
warfare
should never
one.
be back in
Take it
any.
out. There should be no reason. If you want to add a mechanic that works and is proven to work in other games, tilting.
Yeah, the lean.
You
Yeah,
understand? Tilting. Give us that. But don't give us mounting. Mounting I can't do it. I wanted to touch on some of the weapons for the
yeah. I
for
was
the
gonna bring
back to
that
the
up
thing.
too. God,
So if I was absolutely in love with the Galil. If it wasn't the Commando, right, from the first Black Ops, it was the Galil. One of my favorite weapons. In this game, they're calling it the Farah 83,
I'm hyped for that.
right? And from what I'm looking at, it says this automatic assault rifle is a heavy among its peers, and it claims as one of the fastest fire rates in its class, an outstanding effective range for solid damage. In the hands of a capable operator, the FR8 83 can be a true force in the crushing its opposition. So if it's true, you understand, I hope that this gun is one solid, right? Make it broken for like the first 2 weeks if you have to, because that's what sells battle passes. Um, make it broken for like the first 2 weeks. But I hope it changes up the meta. It's too. I'm right now. I'm struggling to find something that I have fun with, because don't get
What
me
the
wrong.
Warzone meta?
Yeah, the Warzone meta.
I feel like it's the most balanced it's been. Like every gun is viable.
But
Like
that's what
there's
I'm saying though. Like, no, no, no. The Mac is broken. I still think
okay,
it's broken
there's some that needs to get
from
nerfed.
every range.
But like only thing I would do is nerf the Mac, the FFR, and maybe the DMR a little more.
All right,
And then
ladies and gentlemen,
all
I'm
the
sorry.
old stuff.
I just want to mention. So right now we have about 8 minutes left in this cast. We're gonna at some point break it, make it a part one, and then reconvene for a part two. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
So like I would nerf those and then buff guns like you don't really see like the FAMAS. Buff the FAMAS a little bit. Let's see somebody use that. Lee been trying to QPZ. He's not gonna reveal it yet, but you could buff that a little bit. Like guns that people not don't really use, buff them a little bit, and then we'll really see people using all types of different stuff.
Hmm.
You
I
know?
think that that's what you want in your game. I feel as the developer, in the sense of I want to put myself in the eyes of a developer. I want to make a something, and I want for at least some people to use it, because at that point, don't you think you're just creating dead guns? If as some point the viability of that gun just becomes inexistent. How many FAMAS, as Chris just stated, do you see on the map at one time?
I've
You
never
never see it.
seen
So they
nobody full
force
commit
it
to that gun.
into the pool, of the actual guns on the
Ground
map.
loot.
And then that in itself, to me, I feel like, guys, stop wasting your time creating these guns that one, aren't being used at all, and at that very time, maybe there's something that can make it OP. Add a new barrel. Try to, if you don't want to buff it, add a new barrel. Maybe that barrel, it makes the FAMAS automatic. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know, but I'm just saying there's got to be things you could tweak. That's not just making the gun the best gun in the game where one taps everybody. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like Warzone and Call of Duty at this very point, they have a real hard time of making a gun balanced. And what pisses me off is that when they buff a gun, it's just one shots. You understand? It's like, just buff a gun to where it's usable. Don't buff a gun and then it's the
It's
best
like
gun
they
in the
don't. It's like they don't test it. Basically.
exactly. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of getting a gun, and then shout out to J God, shout out to everybody that does those things that give us the information. But like, oh man, this is the new gun. They just buffed it, and now it's cracked. Like, come
And
on, dude, just buff it. Just
everybody
buff it, and
uses it.
okay, now it's playable. It's playable. It's not the best gun in the meta, but it's playable now. You understand what I'm saying? Start making guns playable and not cracked out of the mind.
Hmm.
The next gun is a Lc10 SMG, a well-rounded full auto submachine gun that grants close quarter combat operators the ability to stretch fights out into the mid-range on a smaller agile weapon platform. Thanks to its solid accuracy and extended clip effective range, although damage per shot is lower end of the SMG spectrum, its above average fire rate and lower recoil can prove to be a deadly combination. This reminds me of the MP7. The
Yeah, a little
MP7,
further range. Yeah.
yeah, the MP7 at I think it was season 2 or season 3 was
Yeah,
the go-to SMG
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
until everybody realized how important that MP5 was in the meta, that transition was almost flawless, you know?
yeah.
But this reminds me of the MP7, and if it holds weight and it can do its job as it says it would, I wouldn't mind going all out with it.
That sounds like something you could rock with a sniper. Like it's saying it could do close to mid range pretty well. So, because that's the whenever you have a sniper, it's like that's the key. What's your other gun? Because some people use ARs, which
We
are
had the 5 minute warning, ladies and gentlemen.
ARs, which are like they're good, but sometimes that ADS is too slow for real close quarters. So
Hmm.
it's tough, man. Because you could have a Mac and a sniper, but mid range you kind of effed
Mhm.
there. MP5 sniper, same thing. Like it's
And
hard.
to what you saying, how you said that ADS really hurts the game, like hurts you, that moment to moment gameplay, that gunfight. That I think that's why the FR is utilized a lot more. I've seen if you're not aiming down sight with it, I've seen people going into situations where they're going into a house and they're hip firing off. You're not aiming down sight. You're literally hip firing, and if you can literally hold that crosshair on your target, shreds.
No, it's crazy. That gun is crazy.
Just to get a quick thing on this SMG, like you have to look at it from two ways, right? You have to look at it from just the Black Ops way, like Cold War way, and then the Warzone way, because
Yeah.
Yep.
real, they're two different guns. They're gonna be two different guns, but the same look, right? Now in the Cold War way, it's probably gonna be GA'd in competitive, in league play and whatnot. It's gonna be too good because from what I just read. In Warzone, it's gonna probably stand out to that MP7, but also gravitate towards something like uh what's that gun called? MP5 with the 10 millimeter shots, because with those 10 millimeter shots, you have that range, and that damage. So this gun seems to me that it's gonna fall somewhere in that middle ground, and it's gonna look good. I think it's gonna look good.
What we got
The
next?
next weapon is a E-tool melee weapon. I'm not gonna go into that. For me personally,
It's just a melee weapon.
it's a shovel. It's called the E-tool.
Sounds like a battlefield thing, but okay.
Um, Followed up by, let me see, we had the 2-minute warning, so we're gonna talk about this real quick and then reconvene for part two. So the next weapon on the list is the R1 Shadow Hunter. This crossbow's simple and lightweight design allows for great handling and quieter eliminations.
You don't need another crossbow.
If an operator doesn't prefer its iron sights, they can still shoot accurately from the hip in close quarters or opt to attach one of the several optics. Happy hunting. I didn't use the last crossbow. I
I'm
used it.
I'm undefeated in the gulag with the crossbow, so I don't need a new one.
I didn't bother to get Damascus on it in Warzone, in Modern Warfare, and I feel like that's a gimmick weapon. You
Yeah.
know, it's a
Yeah, it's
novelty.
some of you just trying to get a montage, some clips with, some Twitter clips.
Yeah, that's it.
A lot of guns like that, they try to define themselves as, oh, this is viable, when it's gonna not be playable at all. It's gonna be something that when people get into Gulag, oh my god, I got this again. And, it's not gonna be anything. So that and the melee weapon to get to the shovel, I seen that and it was just terrible
There's
to
a
see.
there's also another melee, the machete. I'd
Oh,
rather that than
I
the E
passed it.
tool.
I guess I passed it.
I'd
So,
rather that than the E tool thing.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please catch us on the next part two of this episode. We're gonna leave for just a few moments and return. Um, this episode, this first one is gonna go up next week, but the second episode is gonna follow this one. So stay tuned.